Hey, what's up Instagram? This is Steve from Aussie Golf Pros, and today I'm out here doing some filming and I'm talking about visualization and external focus with target, but I'm also giving you a few little tips and tricks with your pitching and chipping. Okay, so 3 things on the mental side of any shot, but pitching and chipping today. Number 1, visualization. Visualization is key. If you can't see the shot that you want to hit, it's very difficult for you to recreate it. Number 2, having an external focus, your main external focus being your target. Target is so important. Remember, target's is not just the end destination, it's where you want the ball to land. And especially when you're chipping and pitching, the actual target is the spot where you want the ball to land, and that's the most important thing. And then the third thing that I want to talk about today is commitment to the shot. Once you've picked your target, picked your shot, picked your club, you need to commit. The worst that can happen is you don't pull the shot off. Indecision will make that worse. So, number 1, visualize your shot. Number 2, pick your target, that external focus. Number 3, commit to the shot. So it goes back to the 4 major things I look at when hitting any golf shot out there. Target, routine, commitment, then acceptance. Acceptance is huge. Accepting what is, you've hit the shot, it's done. Time zones, past doesn't exist, future doesn't exist. All we have is the present. Thinking about a shot that you've already played and throwing some negative energy at it is just a waste of your time. Stay in the present, accept the shot. Okay, so now we'll just get to the technique side, and I'm going to give you 3 tips with the technique side. The first is handle and chest must always move together. We don't want the arms doing this and the chest not moving. It creates disconnection, it creates inconsistency. So regardless of the chip or the pitch we're hitting, we always want handle and chest moving together, moving as one. When you're practicing, I always like to practice with one hand first. It really gets the feel, allows you to lose the bounce of the club. Sorry, I got the microphone here, but what I normally do is put my hand over my chest and we turn everything away. With the one hand, you allow the weight of the club, the bounce of the club to be able to find the ground. It's always good to hit a few shots like that as well. You'll be surprised at how good a chip shots you hit when you're just hitting with one hand. So tip number 1 is always have handle and chest moving together. So tip number 2, we want to be able to release the head, but we don't want the head to beat the handle. So you just need to be aware. Glen talks about this a lot, and I like the position, the end position that he gets in with his chipping. And he talks about always having the shaft pointing to the ground. And so as we're coming through, the handle is always in front of the club head, and it remains through there with the shaft pointing to the ground. And that's just a really good habit to get in. Doesn't matter whether you're playing little pitches off the back foot, shaft pointing to the ground. Doesn't matter if you're playing something a little bit more lofty. Shaft pointing to the ground. It will serve you well. There's a few times that I like to see if you're playing something really sort of lofted, I like to see the club released right up. And that's just more of an extension. But if you were to slow all that down, it'd be here, and then from here we just extend up. So that's tip number 2. Always keep your shaft angle pointing to the ground through and post impact. Right, and tip number 3, and this is a huge one for me. I'm not sure where I got this tip from. I think I got it from Kevin Kistner on a YouTube video he did. And he talks about, this really helped my short game hugely actually. He talks about feeling like the club, when you're hitting any pitch or chip, feeling like the club is about 200 kilo. He talks about 200 pounds, but about 200 kilo. So you've got this really, really heavy club when you're taking the club away. So it's like heavy, 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 chip through. So the club's really, really heavy. Even on the shorter chips, heavy. What it does is it doesn't allow you to snatch the club away, and it also doesn't allow you to get too hingy with the club. Because if the club's really heavy, if you're feeling like the club's really heavy, you can't do that, right? You can't just snap the club up. So when it's heavy, it's like, I've got to feel like I drag the club away. And that is really, really good. Probably in a lot, I mean, I should probably take it to my long game as well. But especially with the short stuff, it's just really, really handy. It just helps create such good rhythm. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Boom, popping little chips up all day. So there's 3 tips for you for your pitching and chipping in your short game. I'm Steve from Aussie Golf Pros, as we always say. Are you the best golfer you can be? Have an awesome day.